So, hello everybody, nice to be back. When you come to buying a tabla, there are several things you should look out for. The first thing you're going to do is try and stroke it to see if it sounds, and if it doesn't sound, you're not going to buy it. Well, the thing is, maybe it doesn't sound too simply because it's not in tune. So you have to get it in tune to have an idea if it's a good tabla or not. But the first thing, even before or after you've done this, you should check on certain things. This black part here, we call this the Siyahi, S-I-Y-A-H-E, Siyahi, and this is what's making the resonance. This is a cement. So the cement should be intact. There shouldn't be any holes where particles have gone off. And if you just make this simple stroke, there shouldn't be any buzzing, zzz, or ringing. It should be just a clear sound. If there's buzzing, it means that certain particles are breaking, and then you're going to have holes afterwards. So don't take it. Second thing, look at the skin. And this outer rim here, that's holding the skin actually, this rim, should be high on the drum. It shouldn't be very low down like this, or this. Shouldn't be stretched out of place. It's time to change the skin, unless the sound is really great and you want to wait until the last moment. But generally speaking, it's not comfortable for the hand to be too far down like this on the rim. So this is also an indication of a recent skin. Third thing, look at the straps. The straps should be healthy. This is camel hide. They should be the same width all the way along, no breaks, no folds, no creases, no irregularities. And then look on the bottom here. Look, here there are two knots. Here we have the circle, the lower circle, and here there are two knots. This is the beginning of the strap. It goes all the way around and comes back here. This is the end of the strap. So there's just these two knots, should be one next to the other. If there are other knots, this is not good. It means that they've joined end pieces of strap to make an entire strap, which is okay, it's going to hold on as long as everything's going okay, but the day that you want to tune it, you're going to have a problem because you're having different tensions here between different pieces of strap, and this is not so good for tuning. So here's your tabla. Weight is not really a criteria. You could have a good tabla in a light wood or a bad tabla in a beautiful wood. What counts is the skin. This is what's going to make the sound. So when you tune, you need a reference. First you have to know what is the reference for your tabla. All the tablas don't go to all the pitches. This tabla, typical tabla pitch, is Do sharp. You can hear it here. C sharp. We can always go up to E, or we can go down to A. Depending, certain singers are going to be in A, certain instruments are going to be in E or higher, D, E or higher, and sitar and vocal music will be found in Do sharp, C sharp. So we have the reference C sharp. Oh yeah, I said that not to try and take an A tabla up to Do, or a Do tabla up to E. It's not necessarily going to work. So you have to know where your tabla is situated, where it's harmonized, what pitch it's going to sound. So this tabla is going to go into Do sharp, C sharp. We can hear it's not in tune. It's not ringing because it's not in tune. Here it's too low. That is a bit too high now. We're going to go around. That was too high. I took it down. He's not so far away. It's too high, so take it down. Keep turning, don't try and get perfect on one spot. Keep turning. Too low, isn't it? So look, it's too low. Like, it doesn't make much difference. So I'm going to have to take the blocks down. Tighten up on the block. Here it's gone up, right? It's gone up too high actually. Come a little bit back down. Ah, sounds good. Too high. Here too, look, I'm going to take the block down because I'm knocking it down here, but it's not coming down. So I'm going to take the block down a little bit. Ah, there, it's gone down much easier. And I can see more or less where I'm turning. Look, here's a little group here. I'm turning, there's a little group here. Turning. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. There you go. One thing we notice is that, look, I'm going to take it down here. So if we go opposite side, it's going to be down too. So you should know that when you get a spot that's down, it could be this side that's wrong or that side that's wrong. So always try opposite sides. There you go. Be patient. I know, I'm sure there are some musicians among you that are saying, that's not right, that's not right. It's good to work your ears. So we can always check this with a tuner now. My own iPhone Tempura here also gives a tuner, so I can check the tuning if I wish. But it's good to get your ears into the business and not watch. It's good to have a reference sometimes to see what you thought was too high was actually too low, etc. So here we are. Not too bad. You can hear it's ringing nicely because it's happy, it's in tune, it's got the same tension all the way around. Now, left hand. Left hand, the tension is much less than in the right hand. I put these little wooden blocks in here. Traditionally, there are no blocks in the left hand, but we have to tighten, loosen, so I put these wooden blocks in here to make things easier. So, the bayan, the left hand, has to be in harmony somehow. What can we hear? It's the fifth. Is it a little bit too high, do you think? Let's take it down a little bit. So we can tune the bayan, left hand, the same way that we tune the tabla, we go around the rim. But listen, there's something with the bayan that's really interesting. Here we hear the fifth. But on the border, we're hearing the fourth actually. The minor fourth. We can hear the A. There's also still a bit higher. It's okay. So here I'm tuned to the fifth because the instrument goes like that. This one, let's try and get it all the way down to the octave. more clearly the difference. Too low. This is a different system. This is a very typical Benares system. They were very proud of this. They used cord. Because years back, this cord was much more expensive than the strap actually. So it's a luxury item. And also with the string, with the cord, we can have less tension. The string is more elastic than the hide. Right? We can hear the note. Nice sound. Not wavering. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One sound. Same with the tabla. Shouldn't be wavering. Whoa, whoa. So, beginners. We have a lot of problem with this left hand. Even with people that I've seen playing for a couple of years, they do all the kind of strange kind of things here. With the left hand, it seems to be very clear what's going on. So let's look. What is this stroke actually? The basic stroke, we're using the two middle fingers. And for those of you who are accustomed, maybe, to see other Oriental percussion instruments, you've seen maybe drums that are played like this, like the darbuka, or the duff, or the bendir. There are lots of things in common with the tabla. With the tabla we do this a lot. And with these other instruments we do this kind of thing. So there are different strokes that are common to all these, what we call digital percussions, hand percussions. And also this stroke, this bass stroke, is very, very typical, the two fingers. And actually, the bayan left hand is exactly the same thing. We just take these two fingers and have fun. Then, as we don't play the bayan like this, we put it back in its place and we do the same thing. What we're going to do is, we're going to put the C high, which is off center, towards the tabla. This gives us a nice space here, and it gives me enough space here to move around with the wrist. Don't go too far up, don't come too far back. Depends on the style. Benaresi style, we play like this. So let's come back to this stroke here, and we're just stroking like in the space between the C high, the border, between the kinar, the border, and the C high. And it would be nice, wouldn't it, if we played tabla like this. And look, it's much easier. No sweat. But with the tabla, we do this, but we're just placing the wrist. Why? Listen to the difference. This is just open sound. I just place the wrist now. Then we can hear a clearer note. It's just one note. Dun, 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 dun. Easy go, 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 go. We're hearing all kinds of dissonance. Here the sound is much clearer. I'm not pressing yet. I'm not moving. I'm just staying in the same place. And just placing, that means to say that with enough weight to allow me to move around here. It's just a touch. It's not pressure. And these two fingers have to be coming down like a hammer. Just like a hammer. Don't grab. Don't make all these kind of things. Just drop, 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 drop. So for certain of those among you, it may be a bit more difficult to do with the two fingers. Then you can just do it with one. Eventually we're going to use all. We're going to use two fingers. We're going to use one. We're going to use the index. and the major, index and the major and the ring finger. There are lots of combinations possible. Let's say the basic stroke is this one, which can be played with one finger, just the major. So you can just experiment, just to get the freedom, the looseness in the two fingers here. And then just keep it going. Don't start changing like this. It's the same thing, nice and relaxed here. And just the weight dropping down like a hammer on the nails here. You can have fun like this too, it's very important. You notice that if you're pressing too hard, your drum's going to be rolling all over the place. So has to be very little pressure here. Etc. There you go. Well, happy buying. I can't give you an indication of the prices because it depends where you are. Don't pay too much, and try and keep your tabla in tune. Things will be going much better for you.